Hey Charlie, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Yes. So, can you take me inside?
Come in. You have to excuse the dog.
That's fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you very much.
Tell me about you, what you've been doing.
Lots of things, mainly ancestors related, but we actually just had team lunch as well, which is nice to celebrate for the quarter, as we just ended the quarter.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, not a lot.
Well, I can hear a dog barking in the background.
Yeah, this is my dog. This is our resident chief dog officer.
What type of dog is it?
She's a miniature Dachshund. She seems a lot scarier than she truly is.
Okay.
But she likes to make sure that whoever comes in here is permitted.
Sounds like a lovely dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to think she's a guard dog, but sadly it doesn't really meet the...
a bit too small.
Meet the job spec, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so tell me about Ancestors. What do you do?
Ancestors are a menstrual healthcare business looking at basically producing a reproductive and sexual health ecosystem for the future. We basically believe that women have been left behind for what is, past a century. We believe we're elevating and empowering women to basically live in sync with their cycle, all the way from the menarche, the first period, all the way through to post-menopause, which is an area that is commonly forgotten, so really targeting women of all ages and demographics. Okay,
so what do you do? Do you make a product or do you provide a service?
We actually do both. We'll be doing both. Currently, we produce physical products. We've got period care product, which is 100% organic cotton, which you can actually see some of it here if you have a look. So we encompass tampons, both applicator, non-applicator, pads and liners, all 100% organic cotton. And then we have our liners. And then we've got our reusable range, which is the cup here, and then pants, which we have some over here, which are sort of most sustainable alternative to what's available in the mainstream. And we also launched a Removie, which you can see is our intimate stain remover, tackling vaginal discharge stains. But we're launching a lot of new products at the moment, looking at maternity and incontinence. And we're also looking at opening up services, so looking at contraceptives, looking at how we can support women through more of the sort of service side of her business, as well as into the perimenopause and menopause stages.
Wow, this seems like a lot.
Absolutely, we're doing a lot of things, but it needs to be done because we're making up for a lot of lost time.
Love that. Okay, I saw some of your team just walked in, basically.
Yeah,
what have you guys been working on this month?
This month?
Yep.
This is more to pharmacists. On the marketing side of the business, we've basically just onboarded a new, basically full suite holistic marketing agency, looking all across organic and paid media. So that have been through the onboarding process with that. We're going for a website relaunch. We're going for a complete rebrand. And there's also some more sort of technical pieces going on at the moment as well. So lots and lots going on.
Interesting. I feel like I've heard a lot about your business. I want to know more about you.
Yeah, sure.
So tell me about something that has really inspired you.
Something that's really inspired me.
Yeah.
I would probably say that there's lots of amazing things that have happened in my life, both from people that I know and people I don't know. What I'd probably say is the thing that inspired me the most was probably my father, who died last year. Which sounds like a very sad story, which is true, it is a sad story. But it really inspired me to do things that not only like allow me to utilise the skills I have, but also to do a lot of good for the world. You never know how much time you have left, and I want to make a big footprint on the earth, right? And that's not necessarily how much money you make, it's how much impact you have on the rest of the community, because that's who we live with.
Yeah, love that. Let's go into the boardroom and sit down. So tell me one thing you do outside of work.
One thing I do outside of work, so I mean you've met obviously our chief dog officer Miso, and I spend a lot of time walking Miso actually. So I used to spend a lot of time in the gym. Sadly with Ancestors I don't really get a huge amount of time to do that. But what I do get time to do is take the dog for a walk. I enjoy eating in good restaurants, having nice food. But yeah, I would say I do spend a lot of my time building Ancestors because as I said, we've got a lot of lost time to make up for.
Yeah, you must read a lot of books, do you? Or listen to a lot of podcasts?
I read a lot. So, one of the things that is quite interesting about, I think, being a male or a guy running a period care business or a menstrual health care business is I can't experience my products firsthand that we build. And so I have to read all the theory and have to obviously rely on customer feedback. But I like to think that I'm probably one of the most well-researched guys in the UK on menstrual health. At least I like to believe that. I read a lot.
Tell me one shocking fact you've learned.
There's so many in our industry, but I would say probably the most shocking is the fact that a mainstream pad, and every market in the world is a pad market, or sanitary towel as the more commonly known as, It takes about 1,000 years to biodegrade. And so you think about the period product waste that we create today, that's many, many, many generations from now we'll be dealing with the waste that we create.
Wow. Okay. So that leads into my next question about sustainability. What does sustainability mean to you?
Sustainability is it's a great term. Obviously, it's trending a lot right now, right? But the reality is, like, the sustainability trend has been coming a long time. Sustainability is around every aspect of your business and your well-being and your lifestyle. It's not just about, you know, being sustainable into the future, which is what the definition of sustainable is, i.e. be self-serving and being able to essentially be on an indefinite basis, survive. Right? It's about making sure that you leave the planet in a better place than what you started with, or at least on an equal footing. And I'd say that's something at Ancestors that we try to do, right? We try to make sure that everything we do, both personally and professionally, essentially provides for the planet as well as the people that we service.
Wow. Okay. Can you take me outside?
Yeah, of course.
So I see that you have something of a garden going on.
Yes. This is a new move. So we only moved into this office about what is the best part of a month ago. So we've definitely got a lot of gardening to do. But you can see we have some lovely weeds actually that are coming through as or flowering at the moment. So they look like they're planned, but they're certainly not.
Wow. Okay. What's your favorite flower?
My favorite
Flower or plant?
Oh, my favorite flower.
Yeah.
I love sunflowers.
Really?
I do love sunflowers. I also quite traditional. Like I like a rose.
Okay. Wow.
But I don't particularly like red roses. I like a yellow, like a bouquet of different colours of roses. But I have to say, you know, as I said, like all flowers, so they bring a lot of lightness to the world.
So what flower would you want to plant here?
Oh yeah, maybe a really big sunflower in the middle. You know, no, I'm kidding. We probably won't put you know, a huge amount of flowers in here. As I said, it'd be nice basically just to have some nice grass where, you know, in the summer months which are coming up, that the team can enjoy.
Okay. Wow. Love that. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite brand to shop from?
Oh, my favorite brand to shop from.
Yep. Think you're well dressed.
Thank you very much. I would say actually probably, you know, I don't buy a lot of new clothes. I really don't. I really try not to. But I would say when I do buy things, you know, I try to buy from other brands in our space that are doing amazing things. Like Upcircle is a brand that is doing some really, really great things, essentially doing what it says on the tin, upcycling a lot of waste material into products that we can use every day. And so I'd probably say they're doing some really, really amazing things. Another brand actually based in North, so quite close to you, is a soap brand called Nuddy, which essentially is producing sustainable soap. And there's a lot of controversy as to whether soap is truly sustainable, but I think what Nuddy are creating is truly amazing, and I use their products, and I've always struggled with sensitive skin, and it's done amazing things for me, so I can't speak of them highly enough.
Wow, I'm gonna have to definitely check out those brands. Okay, back to work, right? If you had to ask the government to make one change in terms of sustainability, what would it be?
I would say tax every company that is not acting in a more sustainable manner. You know, the fact that we still have vast profits coming from oil and gas companies is like truly shocking, and we all know that it's inevitable where we're going to end up, and the only way to change or to truly change the way that, you know, society is moving today is to put legislation in place that means that companies like that no longer can be as vastly profitable as they are, and in that way you'll get more distribution of wealth into companies that are acting in a more sustainable manner and producing a future that is not only better for our children and better for future generations, but it's actually the only one that produces a planet that's going to be inhabitable.
Wow, yeah, I agree, definitely agree. When I met you outside, how did you get here? Did you drive? Did you walk? What did you do?
No, we walk to work every day.
Wow,
so,
love that.
You know, it takes now about an hour to walk to work, but I'm actually moving to Battersea, so it'll be a slightly shorter walk. But yeah, we walk to work every day.
Okay, when was the last time you took public transportation?
This morning. So I went up to Liverpool Street for a meeting and I took the tube, which was the first time in a very, very long time I've had to go to the city. And so yeah, I used the tube.
It's around lunchtime now. What did you have for lunch?
I had a pizza, actually. I told you we had a team lunch.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a celebration for the quarter. We had an amazing quarter in Q1 2022, and so we wanted to treat the team. So we went and had Pizza Express.
What type of pizza did you order?
I had American hot, which was a mistake. Too spicy.
Okay. Describe yourself in one word.
I would probably say in one word, I'm probably proactive is probably what I would say. You know,
Wow.
I like to try and find solutions to problems that others either wouldn't treat as being worthy of solving or too difficult to solve.
Wow. Okay. Last question. Why do you like the Better Business Network?
Um, what's not to love about it? As I said, like it's a collection of businesses that are trying to create a better future for not only themselves, but for every single person that inhabits this planet. And I think networks like that are the only way we're going to achieve a scalable solution. So there's absolutely nothing not to like about the Better Business Network. The better question is why everyone's not a member of the Better Business Network.
Okay. My final question deserves a walk, so walk with me. If you could give any advice to someone that wants to change the world, what would that be?
Get started. You know, it's never a right time. Everyone's got this belief that they're going to be hit by a tidal wave of either enthusiasm or an idea that's going to allow them to change the world. And the reality is start with small ideas and build off them. Because if you never get started, you'll never achieve what you want to do.
Wow, love that. Well, thank you very much. This has been, well, more than 17 questions, but it was lovely to meet you.
Oh, it's me too.